Hello, slow parenting family from across the globe. Thank you for joining me. My name is Richie Adewusi. Welcome to this very special episode of the Slow Parenting podcast and live stream on YouTube via Nostalgia Media. Very special, yet we're late, so we're apologizing for being late. So technicalities again, but we're here. Thank you so much. Sorry for the delay in getting this program started. Okay, and thank you guys on TikTok too for joining. I appreciate you guys. Okay, today we're introducing something we've talked about in passing, well, once or twice in the past. So we are looking at our webinar, Engendering Family Bonding webinars. The Engendering Family Bonding program, it's a a course, a full program of the Universal Parenting Institute. Okay, by way of introduction, that program is being rolled out through PTAs, okay, in private primary and secondary schools in a number of countries across the globe at this moment. But some months after we introduced that program, a friend called me and asked, Richie, it looks like you don't think that people like us should benefit from your programming. Okay, all my children are already in tertiary institutions now, but it looks like this program is something that should still be useful to people like us. And I'm like, wait a minute. He said, or should I send them back to the secondary school now so that I can go back to PTA so that I can be part of your program? So it got us thinking about how to make the program available to people that fall within that category. Okay, so we came up with the idea of a webinar. So anyone who is interested in following a parenting program, especially the Engendering Family Bonding, and then leveraging mentorship support through COPANET, that's the Concerned Parent Network, the hybrid parenting community we have set up, and then through their children of participating parents who also get trained to become peer educators, who would also be enrolled to benefit from mentorship support programs through PIPE Global, which is the participatory interactive peer education hybrid community we have also developed for young people, for children and young people. At the end of the day, when we got around to talking about this webinar, I felt relaxed. And my friend was happy. Okay, that, wow, okay, now you have thought about people like us. So you don't have to wait to have partners, because we walk through partners who would then work in partnership with designated, or well, they are selected private primary and secondary school in phase one of this project. We're still going to get into the public school environment. That takes a whole lot of planning and advocacy. Okay, but working with private schools is a little bit more direct. And we discovered that that doesn't just apply to Nigeria. It doesn't apply only in Nigeria. It's global, okay? So partners find it easier to work with private schools and then work slowly around statutory issues and challenges with the aim of ending up in having the program run in public schools. Okay, so today we are talking again about the Engendering Family Bonding program, but this time webinar style. And then what do we mean by webinar style? So let's not conclude that at the risk of sounding immodest or whatever, no, not to offend anybody, we need to explain this because this is educational, so we need to be as clear as possible about what we are talking about, okay? The Engendering Family Bonding Program is designed to mentor, okay? Train first and then mentor for life, okay? Participating parents and their children, in other words, participating families. First, they will attend a 3-day or 1-day training program that have, that has, okay, the different programs have, okay, a training program, a parent, a family is attending a training program. That's one of the training programs. Have 6 modules, okay? Diverse issue areas. I would encourage you, so we don't take too much of your time here, to browse through our YouTube channel. We run a series on the Engendering Family Bonding Program. So you'll find videos that would explain this to you in much more details, but I will try and summarize here. Now, parents enroll through the, if you like, for want of a better word, I use the traditional or the main engendering family program through PTAs in primary, in private primary and secondary schools in participating countries. When we say participating countries, is countries that we now have partners that either we contacted directly or they have approached us to say, we're interested in this program, and then we'll go ahead to have discussions about what the partnership entails, and then have the appropriate document signed, and then they commence the advocacy for the programs in their communities. Okay, so parents from participating schools enroll to attend the 1-day or the 3-day training program. 1 day or 3 day. 1 day is 12 hours. A school that chooses to have their training, a PTA that chooses to have their training done in 1 day with over 12 hours. That's most likely the whole day. But we've also made it flexible. There'll be some, environments where parents would might not be able to sit for 12 hours the whole day. So it's broken down into 4 hours per day. That means 2 modules per day over the same weekend day. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, to finish with the training. Once the parents have gone through their own training, then their children, okay, the children of the participating parents in participating schools get trained, okay, over 3 days too, as peer educators, and then get enrolled into PIPE Global, which is a hybrid mentorship leveraging community for children and young people. Their parents, at the conclusion of their training, 1-day or 3-day training program, get enlisted into COPANET, which is also, COPANET is a Concerned Parents Network. It's also a hybrid global community for leveraging mentorship support for parents over virtually every issue area of life. Okay, the details of the covered area you can find in the videos we've already produced. Like I said, there are 6 modules in that program. I will get to them. Okay, I will get to them. But first, we'll need to let you have an idea of what then the webinar will do. The webinar is the same thing. It's just that in the case of the partnership with PTAs, the program is conducted hybrid. Okay, parents that could attend the training program in person would attend the training program within the school premises where they normally have their PTA meetings. And parents from the same PTAs who might not be able to attend in person have the opportunities to join the training program virtually, okay? We provide the links for them to do so. But the training for the children to become peer educators is in person, okay? Because they are students in the school. So the facilitators, the counselors, the mentors would conduct their trainings in person. We also have facilitators, mentors, and counselors from across the globe, very in different life issue areas, from pediatrics to dietetic to, you know, all sorts of professions, financial management, okay, all are covered, and we have facilitators and mentors to help families in all of the, whether new families that are just planning to start family, couples that are just planning to start families, or from couples that already have children, whether babies, toddlers, or grown-up children, that think that they want to, develop themselves further in having support to be able to continue and maintain their parenting program appropriately. Okay, so the difference between that, the school-based program and the webinar is just that the webinar is 100% virtual. That's number one difference. The second difference here is that anyone can register. Anyone that's interested in developing, any family that's interested in developing themselves to bond better, okay, with their children, any couple that, seek to develop themselves, their children themselves to bond better, can register, okay? Once the parents are registered, it covers the children. It covers the children, okay? It's not only, the children are not going to have to go into a different fee payment for the training they're going to receive to become peer educators. So they will be carried on their parents' back, except for the paraphernalia for induction into Pipe Club. When they are done with the training, they have, paraphernalia like T-shirts, like caps, and meeting bags, and those kinds of things that young people like. Their parents would have to bear the cost for those. It's obligated. Sorry, it's not mandatory that you buy, but I can share an experience. It's not a nice one at all. And no, I won't mention the name of the school. It's in Nigeria. Okay, we finished the training for the peer educators, and at the end of the training, the students that their parents had fulfilled all obligations concerning their getting their club paraphernalia were, in the school hall, their principal handing them their certificates, T-shirts, their caps, their club bags, the ID cards. And you have some students that the parents didn't raking. I mean, they were really upset, So when we're having lunch with the students in their cafeteria, the complaint and the crying, really crying, was much. Why could my dad do this to me? My friends all have. So we're saying it's not mandatory, but in your own interest, young people like to belong, okay? And we know that. So it's not exploitation in any way. They like to, do things, especially at those school levels, with their friends. Uniforms, things to identify them with particular groups that they belong, good groups, not anti-social groups, okay? Being trained as peer educators, first is for their own benefit, and secondly, they, as peer educators, are beneficial to their peers in school while still in session in school. And when they go home on holidays, they play the same role within their communities, within their religious organizations. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. Okay, so yeah, that's by way of some general background. But why should you be looking forward to registering to be part of this webinar? Okay, first, we're not just coming online every week or every podcast or live stream just to show up. No, this is a well thought out, designed, structured, parenting program that's sustainable, that we have been on for over 30 years. Yes, for over 30 years. The books, some of the books you see scrolling behind me there, well, there's only one of them that I wrote recently. All of those books are in their second edition, and they are all of them, none of them is, except one, is less than 20 years, okay, that I've written them. Some I wrote as far back as 1998 when this program got started. If you find the video on this channel about running this program, you will find out that because we narrated how this got started, okay? So we'll let you know the benefits, okay? You've had, if you've been, even if you buy these books and you're reading them, we still need help. I've known that over the years, okay? You still need help. You still need, I've had people call, oh, you said this in so-so book. I want to ask a question. And we'll go ahead and respond, because everyone who has read my book, my contact details are in the books. You send me an email, you send me a text on WhatsApp, I'll respond, because this is a task that we have taken up to do, which eventually made us to say, okay, let's put this together and have it better organized so that we can reach, okay, parents wherever they might be across the globe, which is why we founded the Universal Parenting Institute, which, by the way, we'll be inaugurating on the 8th of December this year. So all of these programs are, targeted at, that time. So all these are introductory programs to now fully inaugurating the Universal Parenting Institute on the 8th of December 2026. Okay? So you can buy the books, these books, or any other parenting book. There are so many out there. Okay? But some things might still be lacking. You still need a human touch, you still need a human voice. And this is where this program is different from many others that are out there, okay? You attend the webinar or the Engendering Family Bonding Program through the PTA, participating PTAs. You remain in this coordinates or pipe global your children communities for life. And what do we mean you remain there for life? You have any issues relating to any parenting challenges, or it doesn't always have to be challenges. You want to share best practice. You want to let other parents know how you manage a particular challenge. The community is there for you to share. You have a challenge, there are mentors, there are counselors, there are facilitators that will take your call, that will chat with you. Coppernet for parents and Pi Global for the children and young persons of each family that is participating. So for me, that's the most exciting part of this program. But then individuals or family or individuals and families can only become part of these mentorship leveraging communities only after they would have participated either through the webinar or through the partnership that we are facilitating through PTAs in participating private primary and secondary schools at this time across a variety of countries. Right now, I think right now we are working in about 6 countries now. Okay, and then we are still in discussions with others, making up their minds if they want to come on board or not. So it's ongoing. And we've made the webinar to be quarterly. So if you miss one, you can start with the next one. Okay? So it will be in cohorts. The first cohort, the very first webinar we're going to have, it's I think it's 18th, 19th, and 20th of September. So there's enough time. Okay, we're just announcing this now. This is the first time we're mentioning these dates online. Okay, the promo materials are not even released yet, so we'll do so after having made this announcement and introduction via this live stream. Okay, so the very first one will be in September 2026, and then the next quarter that way. The program is the same. The modules for the trainings are the same. Okay, but participating parents, participating families that have already enrolled into Coppernet or Pipe Global continue to leverage mentorship support, okay, through those hybrid communities, okay, and then they can introduce their friends, their family members they feel should benefit if they find the programs they would have attended useful, okay. And why the webinar? The webinar, the first thing it does is it's flexible, so it's you don't have to go to a place. You can attend from anywhere you are in the world. You can attend in the office. So most of us, well, a number of us attend programs online. A number of us have gone to school 100% online, even while working. So this is how this has been designed. So you could, from anywhere, you don't need to wait to go to attend PTA meetings and all of that. And since it's quarterly, you miss a quarter, you can join the next quarter. Okay? You miss a quarter, you miss a particular cohort, you can enroll to join another cohort. And the program covers the entire Engendering Family Bonding program, covers most issue areas that a lot of parenting programs out there are not covered, because it's not a seminar, it's not a workshop, it's not a talk show. Okay, it's not just a training, it's a program, it's a holistic program that is there to support you for life, like we've said. Okay, and it's facilitated by very experienced and professional individuals in different life issue areas, okay, that are there to help you, to support you. So it's not just me. Okay, if you followed this live stream this far, you will see that I'm not always the only one who appeared here. Once in a while, I invite some other, all of those people that attend, or well, most of them that attend, that have shown up on this program are some of our facilitators, our mentors, and counselors for the program. Okay, And it also opens doors for your entire family, like I've already shared. Okay, parents attend either virtually, well, the webinar virtually. Your children also would be trained as a cohort for that your same cohorts. Okay, would now arrange with the parents, all attending parents, to agree on modalities for their children to also be trained as peer educators virtually, and also supported virtually. For attending the program, you will get the webinar, you will get all the copies of all my parenting books, okay? The books, the e-copies, e-books of all my parenting books you will get as you enroll as resource materials for attending the program. And I have a very special gift too to give you as you attend. I have today is the 8th of July 2026. I have a very special product that we're introducing today. Okay, you've seen the card version, the card game are very unique uh, in a class of its own. Family life education card game, the Talk Points. We've developed the Talk Point as a workbook. Okay, if you like, an activity book. It still contains all the playing cards that you can cut out and then arrange in a box. But then it's in a book form. So it's not the card, you can have it, the card form. Okay. I think my guys are showing you what the card game looks like on your screen that you're looking at it there on your screen. Not on TikTok, sorry guys. Okay, if you want to see it, you need to go to YouTube. You find it, or you could go. Well, you could check out the video of the live stream later. You see that. So the activity book contains all the cards. Okay, I was feeling very good when we designed that, when we came up with that idea of also developing it as an activity. Coincidentally, today we are releasing it today. So you are going to get it as a gift from me. You're going to get the e-version of it too as a gift, the ebook as a gift from me as you register to attend the webinar. Okay. The growing doesn't stop, even after the training, just like we've said, through CopperNet, through Pipe Global for your children. It doesn't stop. You always have a community, a global community that are there to support you, to respond to some issues. And then if the issues that are on ground are issues that require some institutional intervention, you have qualified people that will recommend, to you your next steps. But our job here at CopperNet, at Pipe Global, is to provide you with professional advice, if you like, counseling, if you also like, mentorship, if you like, that you are not paying for differently. Okay, it's provided as part of your enrollment. We're happy doing that. Okay. Now, here is the difference for that. For participants through the webinar, you're only going to get the benefit of being members of that community for 3 months. Okay. For 3 months. After 3 months, you then be required to subscribe. Okay. Annually. Okay. You will now be expected to pay subscription annually, both for yourself and your children. Okay, it's only the families who, we need to make this clear here so that it doesn't sound as if we are deceptive in any way. Families who enroll through the premium family package through the PTA, they are the only ones that wouldn't have to pay subscriptions ever. Okay, ever. Maybe we'll come up with a version of the webinar or that would have that benefit. But the version we are rolling out now, okay, because again, the registration fee for that is, I think it's about $50. For you to get all of this, you get 8 parenting books, you get that gift of the card game, and then you get the training, and you get three mentorship support options or opportunities through Coppernet for yourself as parent and Pipe Global for your children. It's a lot for $50. But it's not about the money. We're here to support parents. I'm passionate about this. I've been for almost 40 years. I will be running this program, and we didn't want to use costs to scare people away. Okay, that's why we also looked for the easiest or most pocket-friendly ways to still provide the services that we're providing through the participation by PTAs through the webinars. Okay, if you go online to check the cost of the books that you are getting, and you're paying $50 to attend the webinar, you would ask Richie, are you stealing money from some? No. Okay, I've been giving all my life. I'm sorry, at the risk of sounding immodest, I have been, and I won't stop. It's my way of, contributing to family as well. You get all 8 books, at that cost. Even the e-versions of the book, the e-books themselves, if you go to check online, none of them is less than, I think, $10. I think they're about, okay? But then we are sending you the e-version, okay, so that the same quality, same product to get you to have access to the same materials. But if you now want to hold the hard copy, or if you so like the books and you want to have some copies on your shelf, you can always contact us, or you go online. They're available in all online bookstores. Our major partners are Amazon, and then Books Buy, and then Shopify. Okay, but if we find all of these parenting books in any online bookstore that you go to, once you type in, even if it's my name, you type in Richie Adewusi, or you can scan the QR codes for any of the books that take your fancy that you see, and you check the prices online, and then check what we are offering as cost of enrolling to participate and benefit from the webinar. Okay, so thank you for listening to me. It's been all talk. So at this point, I want to download or set loose in a more packaged format. We do that every week, every episode. We produce an in-house video. So we're going to play you an in-house video now for the program. But please, like I announced earlier, the activity book for the Talk Point Family Life Education Card Game is out today. Okay, so you could check it out online, and you could order for your copy. The card game itself has been released for about a month now. Yes, it's been available, for about a month now. So you could also check the QR code and then get a pack if you do prefer the card game, the pack of the card. But the activity books still have the cards inside, like I said. They are designed in such a way that you could cut the card out and then start copying a pack if you prefer that. okay? Or you could leave them in the book without cutting them out and still play. So the instructional manual in the book itself explains how you could use the book itself. Okay, so we're going to play you our in-house video now. When we return, we take your comments and questions for today. Okay, so let's watch our in-house video right now.
Dear parents, knowledge without structure is incomplete. You can read every parenting book, watch every video, and still find yourself sitting alone with a challenge you struggle to cope with or solve, a question you cannot answer, and maybe no one around you to speak to what you are actually navigating. That gap is one of the most common and least talked about realities of modern-day parenting. And it is exactly what our quarterly Engendering Family Bonding Webinar series is created to address. Our Engendering Family Bonding Webinars are quarterly virtual learning experiences developed by the Universal Parenting Institute, founded by Dr. Richie Adewusi, bringing parents, mentors, facilitators and counselors together from across the world for focused, practical, and genuinely transformative conversations on the most pressing areas of family life. If this sounds like something your parenting journey needs, subscribe to the #SlowParenting podcast right now, because there is so much more coming that you need to be part of. Here are 5 reasons every parent should be at the next Engendering Family Bonding webinar. 1. It gives you flexible and structured parenting education from wherever you are. Not every parent is in a position to enroll in a full program like the Engendering Family Bonding program right away. Our Engendering Family Bonding webinar is designed to meet you where you are, giving you access to structured, experience-based parenting education in a single quarterly session that requires no long-term commitment and no lengthy registration processes. 2. It covers what most parenting content might be lacking. Every session goes beyond surface-level parenting tips and into the specific, high-stakes areas of family life that most parents navigate without any real guidance: communication, emotional health, parenting and discipline, mutuality in relationships, and the conversations that shape who children and young people become. Practical, targeted, and immediately applicable to the family you are actually raising, or planning to raise. 3. It is facilitated by experienced, professional voices. Each session brings together people with lived experiences in parenting, and professional mentors, counselors and facilitators offering insightful information, communication and education in parenting, relationships, mental health, reproductive health, and personal development. These are not theoretical conversations. They are guided by people who have spent decades inside the most difficult realities of family life and know exactly how to speak to them with depth and honesty. 4. It opens doors for your entire family to learn and bond. Participation does not just benefit you as a parent. Children and young people of participating parents qualify directly to join PIPE Global, the structured mentorship and personal development platform for young people developed by the Universal Parenting Institute, without needing to go through the school PTA system, through our partnership with primary and secondary schools across the globe. Your decision to invest in your own learning automatically becomes an investment in your children and young people's future as well. 5. It keeps you growing across every season of parenting. Our Engendering Family Bonding webinar is not a one-time event you attend and forget. It is a quarterly touchpoint that keeps parents learning, growing, and equipped across every season of their parenting journey. It also qualifies you to become a member of a hybrid global community for leveraging parenting mentorship support. COPANET, the Concerned Parents Network. Each session builds on the last, ensuring that the growth does not stop when the sessions end. The parent who keeps learning is the parent whose children never stop growing. That is what this webinar is for. For more information on our next Engendering Family Bonding webinar, reach out to us via email at tpadmin@gmail.com or tpinformation@gmail.com. Please join us on our live stream on this topic, and we genuinely want your questions. Thank you for watching. If this video is helpful, please like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Kindly share with other parents who are navigating this, and stay connected with the hashtag Slow Parenting podcast community. Please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode in this series.
Welcome back. Thank you for watching the video. I told you that it's packaged in ways, in a way that all I had said earlier puts clearer, and then you could always go back to follow up and anytime you like. So we're looking at taking questions from community. But before we get into those, I need to announce here that we'll be taking a break from the Slow Parenting podcast and live stream, or both on TikTok and YouTube, from the 29th of July till the 26th of August, when we return. We'll be redesigning the program. We need to take some time off to redesign the program, to come back with some new things for season 10. Okay, so we're making that announcement up front so that we know. We're still on this season 9. We still have 3 more episodes to go for season 9. Okay, after that, those 3 episodes will take a break on the 29th of July to be back on live streaming from the 26th of August. So thank you so very much for listening to that announcement. Okay, let me check here the questions we have here. This community member here, do you keep parents coming back quarterly? That is good for continuity, but at what point does a parent graduate from needing the webinar? We don't keep parents coming back quarterly, okay? But once you finish your training from a particular cohort, that's a particular quarter, you are enlisted as parents into Copanet. So you continue to, leverage mentorship support that you need. Of course, it will mean that you would have to ask a question. You have to say, oh, I have an issue. You have to make a phone call. If you don't ask questions, if you don't raise issues, well, you could always get emails. How are you doing? How's your family? Yes. Is everything all right? Yes. You would, as club members, as community members, you will have community officers reaching out to you to find out how you're doing. But it's up to you as a community member, as a parent, to say, oh, I have this issue. Is there anyone that can speak to this? And the same thing with your children. I'm talking about participating parents now, okay? It's your children too would have to say, oh, I have an issue, I have a problem in school, somebody is bullying me, what do I do? Or the other extreme, I don't know what life is about, I'm tired. No, you can't be tired, you're just starting. So you have counselors, mentors online to attend to those issues. You have hotlines that you could call for such emergencies, and you will be sure there are people who would attend to you. Now, If for I don't want to say serious, for family situation requiring extended mentorship, we would seek for mentors that are available to attach to your family over a period of time. Okay, all of those information are available as you attend the webinar, or for parents who are attending via the PTA program itself. Okay, so you will need to become members by going through the webinars or going to the training. As you finish your cohort, you are not returning for any training, but you remain a member of Copanet, the hybrid community, global community, through which you can ask any questions, you can raise any issues. You have mentors, facilitators, counselors that will respond to you, attend to you personally, even at their family level, even up to attaching a mentor to your family over specific issues over a period of time. Yes. Okay. Same with your children and young persons through Copanet. They would have mentors of their age range. You also have adult mentors that are attached. And when I say mentor, professionals, experiential people and professionals who will be there who will always be there to answer. There would always be somebody available. Our membership of professionals and experienced persons in those two groups are global from different parts of the world. So there would always be somebody who would attend to you. So you are not repeating trainings every quarter. No, once. Okay, the training. So what criteria do you use? Okay, they've done me a favor. I won't be stretching my neck now to look at the other device. What criteria do you use to pick mentors for the children? What could cause real issues? That could cause real issues if done wrongly. Criteria, of course, we would do background checks for anyone that would have to work with young people. I've worked with young people all my adult life. So I understand those issue areas. We'll do background checks for any adults, okay? Even young people that would become part of their peer mentors, okay? We would check them up, we'll do background check before, and then of course we'll also keep our ears to the ground, okay? There'll be confidential reporting, and then we will do our due diligence in terms of investigating what the issues are, and then take appropriate actions to protect the children. We've been doing this, it's not new, okay? Our mentors are people of integrity, people that we know have been working with children. First of all, love to work with children, and then have clean and clear records to show that their first and, most important issue is to help the children legitimately, legally, and in ways that are cultural and traditional to the individual children, to the individual families as possible. Now, one of the things we are doing about this is that for every environment that we are running the partnership through the PTAs, we recruit mentors, facilitators, and counselors from those environments. We have people from across the world who, are still available, who could still facilitate sessions even virtually. Okay, but there are some programs that we insist that the partners that are working with us from those environments would, once they sign the contract to work with us, they would work at recruiting appropriate and qualified mentors, facilitators, counselors to work with the program. They enlist in the program. Okay, they are not just going to be available for that country, for that community alone. No, they are available. Once they enlist, they are available to the global community through Copanet or Pipe Global. It's all, and some facilitators bestride both hybrid communities. Some are just only for parents, some are only for the young people and children themselves. Okay. Another community member here said, I have tried therapy, I have tried books, I have tried prayer. What is this going to give me that none of those did? What is going to give you is a community. Okay, is to give you a human voice, a real person that will listen to you, okay, that has a professional background and backing and experience to speak with you, to counsel you, to mentor you, okay, and your family if need be. Okay, that's a difference. Like we said in the video, books, workshops and all are important, but then you need, this is structured. This is not a one-time of leaving you to go and read the book. No, I could sit and just sell my books, and relax. No, but I'm concerned. Is that concern that led to the founding of the Universal Parenting Institute? And is that concern that led to the design of this Engendering Family Bonding Program, for which we're introducing the webinar version of it today? So that's the difference. You have a community of helpers that you could reach out to. If you don't reach out, well, that will not be expected. If you have anything disturbing, if you have things disturbing you, you could call, and then there's anonymity. Okay, it's not about, oh, so I don't go to the pastor, so you don't be gossiping about me in the church. No, this is a community with high level of integrity, high level of confidentiality, privacy. All our mentors, all our facilitators, all our counselors are signed up to privacy, to the issue of, keeping your conversations, your discussions with them, your communication with them private and confidential. Yes. Okay. So these are the things, some of those things that will make you not go to people physically, or so that they don't start gossiping about me in the community, in my church, in my neighborhood. No. Your conversation, we've said there will be a community chat group. There's a community chat group for general just banter, if you like. But there are rooms that you have private discussions, private counseling sessions with very highly professional and qualified mentors, counselors, and facilitators from across the globe. Okay. Another person here said, do the topics of the webinar change quarterly, or is it just different perspectives of those modules you mentioned? It's the same module every quarter, and that is why your training is for that quarter. You are not coming back to be trained again. No, but you have the Coppernet community, you have the Pipe community to help you with any issues that you might have as far as parenting and bonding and personal development, family personal development issues are concerned. Okay, so it's the same module. Okay, you don't have different modules for different classes of law students in the law school. Okay, it's the same program. Might just be a case of individual differences and styles of the facilitators, of the counselors. Our program is the same. Okay. Is there any webinar for children themselves? If not, do you think that could work? We've already said so. For all the parents that will register to attend the webinar, we would also train their children. Their participating parents will have their children also trained as peer educators. The reason for this is simple. We had a lot of problems when we started this program over 30 years ago. We focused on children alone. And there were a lot of problems in families when children would go home with some, information, education, and communication materials. It'll be like, oh, so this is now what you are going to school to do. Okay. Yes, it caused a lot of problems. So it became necessary that parents also got trained, okay, so that there's a balance. If you also train parents alone, some schools say they give talks, lectures at the beginning or end of every session. That's not enough. Anyway, we are not here to talk about that. This program is structured and sustained over time. It's up to you as long as you can present yourself to say, I have an issue. Can anybody speak to this? Yes, you have people who would attend to you. Okay, so the children would be trained as well as peer educators, and they will be inaugurated. They will be club members. So they will join that. They will join PIPE as a specific cohort because they know themselves. They will be trained to get that. They might be from different parts of the world. It's also a way for children to, make friends from, other parts of their communities, other parts of the world, okay, in meaningful ways, productive ways, supportive and helpful ways, okay? Yeah. You said the webinar covers high stakes areas most parenting content avoid. Can you name some of those areas? The one that readily jumps up at you there is sexual and reproductive health. Okay. Yeah, there are programs where they talk about issues on the surface. We don't talk about issues on the surface. As a matter of fact, this program, this parent-child communication program was developed specifically, originally, because of sexual and reproductive health issues. Because it was designed and developed in the era of the challenges of HIV and AIDS. As a matter of fact, HIV and AIDS became a reason for which parents, opened up, that fear of, oh, let him not go and get infected with HIV, let her not go. And so parents became a lot more amenable, a lot more open to attending programs and getting information about sexual and reproductive health issues. So in a lot of, I used to think that it was an African thing before. I used to think that it was a Nigerian thing before, until the US National Convention for HIV/AIDS Convention invited me to for one of a convention, I think it was 2002 or so, okay, and to present. They saw a paper I, presented at the Durban AIDS conference, and then, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to America to go and talk about sexual and reproductive health, thinking that everybody knew everything, but then that's not exactly. Every culture has its own inhibitions and all of that. But when there are reasons for things to be discussed, you can't sweep things under the carpet again. That's one area. Most cultures are from across the board, for traditional, for cultural, for religious issues. There are certain, reproductive health issue areas that, you say, no, don't talk. Only put off the light when you want, or close the door, okay? Or whisper, don't open your mouth. So we tell parents, it's either you are discussing them now, okay, or you will still discuss them, unfortunately, at the wrong times, okay? So that's one major issue area. Another issue area is financial management, for instance. And somebody will say, what's the relevance of parenting and financial management? Oh, a lot. Okay, a lot. Most families have challenges from their children about their finances because the children believe that the parents are super rich, not knowing that they are managing. And you need to have the financial education and information to be able to be open about your finances, discuss, and let your children also know how you're managing. But you need information an education yourself first about financial management. Okay. Yeah, that's one issue area. Lastly here, thankfully, this says, would you say parents get exactly the same thing from this webinar as they do in the physical? They get exactly the same thing. The only difference is, remember, we said that the PTA-based program is hybrid. It's in person and it's virtual. So when you are in the midst, those who attend personally, that's the difference. Okay, they meet themselves. They, you can see the facial expressions. Well, you can see the facial expression on the webinar, on the screens, and all of that. But you can't touch your neighbor to say, "Wow, I never had this before." Those are about the only difference. It's the same thing. It's the same quality. High flying facilitators in the different issue areas, the same duration, the same modules, the resource materials you get are the same, except that yours for the webinar is e-copies. For the Engendering Family Bonding Program, they will get the hard copy of the books. Yes, they'll get the hard copies of the book. But whether you attend the webinar, whether you attend through your PTA, everybody ends up in the same pool, Coppernet, Pipe Global. Okay? Wow. I'm excited about this. I don't know about you guys listening. I feel good that we are able to, come up with this program to help parents from across the globe, not just in one community, not just in Nigeria, not just in Ghana, not just in the places where we have had to run this program, or where I've had been invited to come speak over one thing or the other. And by the way, somebody sent me a message. I keep forgetting this when we come online for the live stream. Do I go to speak? And yes, I got that down for a number of years now. Yes, I take speaking engagements. I travel if I have to, but I also do a whole lot of speaking engagements virtually. If the facilities are made available for that to happen, yes, I'm available to. I'm glad to. Yes, I'm available. We look at your dates, the time that you're choosing, and see if there are times that I'm available. And then it's an honor, to be able to speak to parents, to be able to speak with young people about specific issue areas for which they will be interested. Okay. So I thank you so very much for listening, for joining me here. How time flies. Like that, like they will say in Nigeria. Our program is done for today. I thank you for being part of it. Okay, and we would be rolling out the promo materials for the webinar. Once again, the first cohort, the very first webinar is going to take place from the 18th, 19th, and 20th of September 2026, and quarterly thereafter. So look out, or just check our YouTube channel. You will see information concerning that. If you do require direct messaging, you could send us a message via email. We would respond to you. So thank you so very much for being part of our show for today. My name is still Richie Adewusi. And till I come your way again, same time next week, and that's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US and Canada, and 7 p.m. West Africa time, including Nigeria. It is bye-bye till I catch you in the next one. Be good.